Gamma exposure has completely changed the game in the markets over the last couple of years. We've talked about this extensively on this channel, and one of the things that we'll go over today here is volume profile and how volume itself even specifically has changed tremendously over the last couple of years, and why I think GEX or gamma exposure, dealer metrics, everything of that nature is better in general than volume profile as well as volume itself. That is not to say that volume profile is not good. It's actually a pretty good indicator and it still works relatively well. But there's a couple of things to consider here in why there's some data here that may be a little bit incomplete and missing. So if you're not familiar with volume profile, we can just slap one on right here. It's basically just, a shelf of where the most amount of volume was traded, all right, on an asset. And obviously you can see here we were in a range on the SPY. So we'll call it 670 to 700 for like the better part of 6 months. So of course you're going to see a lot of volume at that area. So the idea is that if we were to break, and now you can see obviously this range here that we've been in for 2 months and we just broke out of, this has got some volume behind it too. So if we were to break through this, you'd have quite a bit of air here, right? So we call this an air pocket. And essentially that means that there's not a lot of support there, right? So your support would be down here, like obviously on this chart here, the biggest spot here is 680, right? So 680 to 682. So in theory, that's where your support is. Now, if we flip over here and we just take a look at, we're just going to use one of our GEX charts here. This is kind of our GEX overlaid, and you can see it's the same idea. And this is by expiry, so just keep this in mind. This is not looking back. I could look out let's just look out to August OPEX here on the SPX, right? So now you see how they, these levels change quite a bit. We have LGs down here, up here, etc. We're not going to worry about that right now. We can obviously we can look at just the pure GEX view here, and we can see where the buyers and sellers are. I'm not going to get too much into why GEX is how it works here. I've done plenty of videos on that. They're on the channel. You can take a look at those whenever you get time. You can also take a look at some of the other videos I've talked about here where just in general, we're talking about ODT changes and gamma exposure changes to the market, not just volume profile. But besides the point, this is telling us where likely buyers would show up, right? But the reason why I think a lot of these metrics here, specifically, even more so specifically volume itself, I heard this through the whole way up here at the lows. Oh, this is a fake rally. There's no volume behind it, and that's really an archaic and dated tool or piece of analysis. And the reason for that is 60% of the index volume now, S&P, NASDAQ, Russell, Dow, 60% of the index volume is probably more than that now, is ODTE, right? So at least a very large chunk of all of this down here, anything that happened past yesterday, those contracts are gone. Those buyers have cleaned up those shares. They no longer, and again, it's just the market maker, right, buying and selling. So they have cleaned out those shares from those hedges that they needed to have because the contract expires at the end of the day and they just get a new one. That does change things substantially, right? So when we look at, there's been a lot of instances here, even going back to, we'll look at the Qs here, last couple of years, there was a lot of people, you notice how the 618, on any of these V-shaped moves here, last couple of years, ever since ODT was announced, right? It doesn't really, I'm just going to go back to the bottom here. There we go, right? So that pullback in 2023, which is right around when we had the most amount of structured product issuance really starting out. But notice how these like fibs don't really matter anymore, right? We just blow through the 618 after zero. I mean, in theory, there should be a lot of buyers up here, right? Or excuse me, a lot of sellers up here. All right, let's put the profile back on. If we go back here, I mean, like there, you should in theory have like quite a bit of a volume there, right? And the same goes for really like all these other times too. I mean, all time high, the tariff tantrum, right? we stalled here for like a few days and then just went through it. We've been just seeing these V shapes. Everything just goes straight up with no sort of divergence or even so much as a pullback, right? All that volume, right? Everybody kept telling me, oh, there's so much supply up overhead here, Aaron, but we're not gonna be able to get through that, and we just gapped through it, right? Yeah, there is supply here in theory, but if those contracts are closed out, is there supply there, right? And gamma exposure, the front contract is the most sensitive, right? So it's giving you a more accurate read. And that is why I think that and I'm not saying volume profile can't be useful. I think it's actually still quite useful on futures because futures trade for a whole quarter. Now they do have their own ODTEs, but they're not, it's not as the dealers will hold futures hedges for a lot longer, and they just in the clearinghouses and things of that nature. But on the indexes, on stocks, even most single stocks now, the most volume is on the Friday expiry, right? Not even the monthlies anymore. So I do think there is a certain grain of salt to that now, and I think that's why. I know that's why we've had so much success doing what we do here. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Just want to do a quick little wrap there on that. We can get into it a lot more deep here, but I don't have 3 hours to give all you guys. But I do like to do these little extra videos every now and then. We got plenty more on gamma exposure, got plenty more on structured products. I just did 2 of them actually, on one on the main channel and one where I had a little bit of a rant yesterday. So we were talking about the call buying signal that went off. Apparently means that there's euphoria, but if you know how call selling works and structured product issuance works, that's really not the case. And we did this one on a few weeks ago on record short positioning, right? And kind of just washes the hand of the other one, and another one on dispersion here. But anyways, check those out if you guys get time. You guys take care. Don't forget to subscribe to me, carnivoretrades.com for the live day trading, swing trading alerts, analysis, education. We'll see you guys all in the next video.